Sometimes you beat the rap, but not the ride.
We're the Armed Attorneys. We're on a mission to make life for the law-abiding gun owner a little bit easier by sharing fast and factual gun law explanations. Today's topic is one we get from our clients all the time. Will I be arrested after a defensive incident? You won't want to miss this one. But stick around to the end because we do have to talk about the legal standard police have to meet to make an arrest. Now, before we begin, show your support for the Second Amendment by hitting that like button. And Emily, can you kick us off? What are you telling your clients about, are they going to be arrested after a defensive incident?
Yeah, and this discussion's a little bit harder because when someone calls in and I know where they are, I can give them sort of generally a good idea. I can tell you this county or this police agency, they're likely to not arrest if it looks like justified self-defense, or they're going to arrest every single time. And that's because this really does vary. It varies by jurisdiction. It varies by county, police officer. It varies by what political winds are blowing the day that you have to use self-defense. Because what we're really doing here is the government's just kicking the can down the road a lot of times.
Yeah, that kicking the can is the name of the game. And this is what we see a trend in all jurisdictions across the United States, is that no one person wants to be held responsible for the decision, especially if someone's died. A police officer on the scene, they don't want the final decision to be rest with them. The detective who reviews the case later, they don't want to make the decision. The prosecutors even the prosecutors want to kick the can. Oh, leave it up to a grand jury or leave it up to a jury. They don't want to, nope. That's the name of the game, and how you get in trouble in government is you make tough decisions. And so we see that happening, people not using their discretion and the can getting kicked over and over and over again. And it comes back to this important fact about most self-defense cases. It's what we call a plea and abatement. You're not saying I didn't do it. You're saying I did it, but it's okay because this guy was trying to kill me. This person was trying to, murder my family. This guy was robbing this stranger. There's a reason why we acted. So it's not like you didn't pull out your firearm or you didn't discharge it towards a person or you didn't strike someone. And so that makes it a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. And while we can't tell you definitively that you are not going to get arrested, we can tell you a couple things. If you use, deadly force against a stranger breaking into your home, you are highly unlikely to be arrested on the scene.
Yeah.
However, those situations are few and far between. Your far more likely defensive incident is not a home invasion. I can tell you that today, you're a little bit more likely to be arrested than you were yesterday. Tomorrow, you're going to be a little bit more likely than you were today, because that's just how the politics of these things are going. So I think that brings us to our pro tip about arrest and the standard that police have to use for arrest. Do you want to get into that, Richard?
Yeah, and so it comes down to the standard of probable cause, and just breaking down what I say in layman's terms. We have a definition from the United States Supreme Court, but would a ordinary and prudent person, based on reasonable and reliable information, think that you probably committed a crime? That's kind of my layman explanation of this. And if the answer is yes, you probably shot someone, that's really all that's needed to arrest someone.
Yeah, it really surprises people that the police don't have to. If you're being investigated for murder, they don't have to consider self-defense. It's an affirmative defense, and they actually don't have to take it into account before making the arrest. They just have to figure out, did you commit the act of murder? Is it more likely than not you committed the act of murder?
Yeah.
And you're already saying, I did it, but I did it because.
Yeah, and we got that question in the comments section. And so, make sure to keep those great questions coming about affirmative defenses. That's something that the accused, the defendant, would have to prove at trial. It doesn't keep you from getting arrested. It doesn't keep you getting dragged through the system. It's something that you'd have to raise to a jury of your peers for them to consider. And going back to Emily's point earlier with kicking the can, don't worry, the can is going to get kicked. So I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and help us fight the anti-2A algorithm by sharing this video.
And please question and comment below. We like to keep addressing your issues in future videos. Until next time, we're the Armed Attorneys.